Warning, the following fantasy football rankings may trigger some viewers, especially if I ranked a player lower than the expert consensus, and that player is on your 4 and 5 fantasy team, and it's a must-win for your team, and you're facing the number 1 ranked team in your league. Viewer discretion is advised. What's going on, Couch fam? Let's jump right into my quarterback rankings for Week 10. The 2 quarterbacks with the highest floor for Week 10 is going to be Drew Brees and Lamar Jackson. So I assume Lamar Jackson's being ranked number 1 consensus by everybody. A question about, do I start Patrick Mahomes or Drew Brees? So I think Drew Brees is actually safer, but I'm not going to rank him as high as Mahomes. I'm not benching Mahomes if he's starting. I guess theoretically, only quarterback I would start over Mahomes is Lamar Jackson. But if you were to start Brees over Mahomes, it's not a dumb decision. Like I said, I think Brees has a higher floor, so he's safer going against the Falcons. I would assume that Drew Brees would be playing at a super elite level, could even be an MVP discussion if he were to be healthy the entire year. Still, going against the Falcons, he'll be good. Upside is a little bit limited because the Saints defense is so dang good and the Falcons are in a little bit of a mess here. I don't see the Falcons having a lead at any point during the game, so maybe they ease up on the brakes, put in Latavius Murray, and run the ball in the 4th quarter, giving Kamara a rest. That's the game script. That's what will likely happen. Then again, I mean, it's Drew Brees. Would you be surprised at all if he put up 300 passing yards? That's pretty much actually expected going against one of the worst defenses, and this defense absolutely in shambles when it comes to defending the pass. Drew Brees is great. It is a dome game. Jameis Winston has more upside. This is going to be a shootout, not a sneaky shootout. Everyone knows Kyler Murray is going to throw the ball. Jameis Winston's going to be throwing the ball. And even if Kyler Murray runs and doesn't throw it quite as much, they're going to be calling a lot of pass plays. That's the way to attack the Buccaneers, is through the air. Don't get sacked. Their secondary is so bad. And then the Buccaneers have to always throw the ball. Their run game's not good. Jameis Winston airs it out. It's going to be an up-tempo game. So really, I like all 5 of these quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Jameis Winston, Drew Brees. We are expecting Mahomes to play. And so all 5 of those, I would say, are elite options. And of course, I'd say the most risk is in that Cardinals and Buccaneers game, Kyler Murray going against Winston. And then because so many teams are on bye, I'm finding that I'm ranking Phillip Rivers at number 6. I mean, there's a huge fall off from the top 5. And then we go here. I wouldn't start Russell Wilson if you have another elite option. When it comes to Russell Wilson versus Rivers, that's like, you can start Russell Wilson. That's totally fine. And you could really go back and forth with that one. So it's pretty close there. But if you have one of these top 5 options, that's Jackson, Mahomes, Kyler, Jameis, or Brees, I would start those 5 ahead of Wilson. Of course, most people don't have, well, I don't know, Kyler, Jameis, and Lamar Jackson. A lot of people do have Wilson as well as those 3. So yeah, I would start these 5 over Wilson. And then it's pretty much just tough to rank the rest here. I did some of these rankings before I started recording, and Jacoby Brissett is expected to play. Still not 100% clear, like he's gonna play or not. But with him missing weapons and this being more of a Marlon Mack type of game, I'm not ranking him too high. Upside is limited. A lot of people are hating on Matt Ryan, and I think he's going to be good. It's just that there's so much risk. So I could really rank him as high as 6. Like, that's really where his upside is. He still has Julio. He still has Calvin Ridley. And he still has Austin Hooper. He only really had one bad game this whole year. That was against the Rams. And Rams defense just got really good after they got Jalen Ramsey. So I think Matt Ryan's still going to be good. He's still going to have to throw the ball every game, especially this game. And he's playing in a dome, which helps him a little bit. It'd be better if it was in Atlanta. But yeah, his upside is still there. I'd still be comfortable starting him in a lot of leagues. It's just that, you know, do you really want to risk it coming off that injury and going up against a tough defense? For running backs, Christian McCaffrey is the easy #1 running back. Even if he was going up against a bad matchup, he'd probably still be #1. But he's going up against a sweet matchup, going against the Packers. They allow a ton of fantasy points to running backs. You got to rank him #1. And actually, I'm going to put Alvin Kamara down a spot. I'd probably rather start Dalvin Cook. This is Kamara's first game back. He'll be good to go. He'll be great. I just think that why not use Latavius in the second half, or why not split with Latavius? So even with splitting with Latavius, he'll still be good. I don't think he'll be much better than, let's say, Aaron Jones, Samuels, or Mack. Just really no need to give this man 20 touches and risk anything happening. This should be an easy game for the Saints to win. I actually think it's pretty close. Look, I'm a Saquon Barkley owner. I think it's pretty close between these four. It's really, C-Mac is tier 1, then tier 2 is Saquon, Dalvin, Zeke, and then we get into the next tier, which is Kamara, Jones, Jalen Samuels, and Mac, right around there. Melvin Gordon has been playing much better. I think he was a little timid. I thought he was kind of doing it on purpose. At least that's what I suspected. I think he was just rusty, and he's getting into the swing of things. He's kind of proving why he's the #1 running back on the Chargers, and he's really good. Still, I don't trust him. I really don't. I'd rather start David Montgomery ahead of Melvin Gordon. Austin Eckler's still there, and Austin Eckler's still really good. It's just too many variables. It's a Thursday night game. Austin Eckler's there. Chargers are a weird team. A lot is going on. And, man, I feel the same way about David Johnson. But if you have him, you're probably going to start him. Buccaneers, tough against the run. David Johnson screwed fantasy owners before, and when he was active, but he was more of an emergency guy. Only touched the ball like one time, and Chase Edmonds went off that week. His first game back from the injury. So a lot going on there. Upside is pretty good with David Johnson. Upside would put him around here, kind of close to Aaron Jones and Mac. That's where his upside is, right around there. So I guess upside would be, let's just say, #9. But his floor is so low. I think his floor is lower than Ingram, right around maybe, yeah, where Devontae Freeman, yeah, I'd say his floor is right around where Devontae Freeman is. So this is just a tough one to rank. I'd probably start Melvin Gordon ahead of David Johnson. Nick Chubb, yeah, maybe even behind Nick Chubb. I like Nick Chubb a lot more if Kareem Hunt was still suspended. But the guy's back. He's going to be getting some touches. Maybe you only get 6, 7, or 8 touches. But that's still a lot. A lot more than any other Browns running back has been getting. It's pretty much been the Nick Chubb show. Other running backs on the team aren't very good, or at least not trusted too much by Freddie Kitchens. He's not getting a ton of run. Let's go ahead and boost Derrick Henry. I actually like him more than David Johnson, so I'm going to boost Derrick Henry right here at #9. They're going to be running him a lot, and the Chiefs have been a little bit better against the run. They've gotten more healthy. Chris Jones is back. Another running back I absolutely love this week is Mark Ingram. I think he's going to go off. Let's put him right here. I actually like him probably even more than Derrick Henry. Great matchup against the Bengals. Ravens will like always be at the goal line. They'll live there. They'll live in the red zone. They should give it to Mark Ingram. Easy win for the Ravens going against the Bengals. Yeah, it's pretty messy though. I love Tevin Coleman. He's been getting about twice the amount of snaps as Matt Breida, and with Juszczyk coming back and this O-line getting much more healthy, Joe Staley has a good chance of returning. I love Tevin Coleman. I think the Niners offense is going to start rolling here. Jimmy G's playing better. That Emmanuel Sanders trade was genius for the Niners. Or if you don't want to say genius, it's very good for the... That's analysis right there. Sanders trade, very good for the 49ers. They needed a wide receiver so bad, and they got one, and now they're getting healthy. So I see Tevin Coleman absolutely going off. I'm going to rank him as high as number 15. I think you need to start him in season-long leagues. And let's put Singletary a few spots ahead here. Right around where Chris Carson is, something like that. For wide receivers, Michael Thomas, best wide receiver in fantasy right now and rest of the season. Hands down, the man's so consistent. Great floor, amazing floor every week, and the upside is, well, he's just great. He's got good upside too. And then we got Tyreek Hill. Yeah, that's a great matchup. Is he better with Matt Moore? We'll find out. No, I think he's better with Patrick Mahomes for sure. Patrick Mahomes has a cannon, elite quarterback, and I'm gonna rank Mike Evans one spot below Adams. Just Adams, look, he's super risky. We don't know what's going on, but the upside is there. It really is. And I think Chris Godwin actually shines this game. This should be the game where Mike Evans sees a lot more attention. But then again, he could just be shadowed by Patrick Peterson and just been left alone. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the defense is going to focus on shutting down Mike Evans deep. And I think Chris Godwin's going to get a lot more targets. Both should go off. Both should do fine. But that's how I'm going to rank it. I would still start Lockett if you got him. I don't like him as much, but I still do like him. I'm going to rank him a few spots down. So he's still a star. Like, you still got to start him. And I think he'll do good. He'll get a lot of targets. It's Russell Wilson. He's playing just at an elite level. Could win MVP this year. So I'm not benching Lockett. Even though the matchup is tough, Niners defense is amazing. And yeah, AJ Green is out. So I don't love Tyler Boyd. But with AJ Green out, no John Ross, Tyler Boyd's definitely going to get a ton of targets. The trust factor is not there, though. We'll put him right below Kenny Golladay. I love Christian Kirk. I'm all in on Kirk. Like, he could be a wide receiver one this week. I project him having the best game of his career this week against the Buccaneers. I like him so much. I'm going to rank him right here, actually. The Cardinals have been playing it very safe, throwing short passes, using the running back a lot, especially in the pass game. I think this is the game, though, against the Bucs that they're going to air it out a little bit, take some shots. Or if not, at least some medium, 9 to 15 air yards, maybe 18 air yards, like something like that. Nothing too crazy, but I do see Christian Kirk being a top 10, top 12 wide receiver this week. And I'm going to go ahead and actually rank Amari Cooper a little bit higher. Should be healthy, should be good to go. And when this O-line is healthy for the Cowboys, Dak Prescott can do some things. Zeke can do some things. Never count out Amari Cooper on this team. Okay, Devontae Parker is going to get some targets, but I like Woods more. I'm going to put Woods right here at 16. That's very high, I know. And yeah, this is looking pretty good. I actually like Allen Robinson just a little bit. Not too much. Just put a 1 spot higher. And I really like Calvin Ridley. I see him going off this game. I'm going to move Ridley 1 spot ahead of Boyd. Right there. Perfection. For tight ends, I'm very confident that Kittle is going to play. But still, that's just what I'm thinking. He's technically questionable. Could be a game time decision. We might know, let's say, Saturday. We'll probably know. So let's just assume he's going to play. If he is going to play, he's a must start. So let's rank him at number 3. Actually, yeah, let's do it like that just because of this injury. Like, let's say if I had Hunter Henry and Kittle and I could only start one. Let's just say you're in that situation. Some people might be. I would start Henry. He plays Thursday night. He's guaranteed to play. He's playing, you know, right now, early game. Kittle plays Monday night, is questionable, and I think Hunter Henry is going to have a great game. So you start Kelsey, you start Henry, and you would bench Kittle. That's just how I would do it. Well, it was more so for Henry because he's playing Thursday and Kittle's playing Monday. So I'm going to rank it like that for now. See Andrews having a great game. Ravens should be able to do what they want. One of the reasons Andrews didn't have a great game against the Patriots, and I saw this on the internet, I forgot who said it, but it's a great quote. The Ravens out-patrioted the Patriots, and that's exactly what happened. They went jumbo, they went big, saw how the Patriots were matching it up, and guys like Nick Boyle and Hayden Hurst, and they just called a lot of different types of plays, and they used those big guys in the receiving game. This isn't the Patriots, though. This is a different team. This is the Bungles. Mark Andrews should ball out. I see him getting double-digit fantasy points. But I do like Austin Hooper slightly more. So let's rank it like that. Kelsey, Henry, Kittle, Hooper. Matt Ryan's going to throw the ball a lot. So a lot more pass attempts for the Falcons. Could even be twice as many more pass attempts the Falcons will have than the Ravens for Week 10. It really could be that extreme. And yeah, I love Darren Waller, but a little bit inconsistent, doesn't get a lot of touchdowns. So I'm going to have him at the 6th spot. Look, I know easily he could be the best tight end this week. I love all 6 of these tight ends. And then it gets super messy, a lot due to the bye weeks and injuries and things going on. We really don't know like what's going to happen with tight ends. We got a complete crapshoot here. Let's put Ebron 1 spot ahead of Doyle. Let's leave Everett here. I do like him. Let's put Olsen. Yeah, I guess we leave Olsen here. I love Gesicki. I think he's going to be getting a lot more targets. So let's put Gesicki 1 spot up. Herndon, I don't know what's going on with his injury, how he's doing. He's doing better, but I don't know how many snaps he'll play. He might be a bit rusty, so let's not try to rank him too high. Let's put him a spot behind Jimmy Graham. Tyler Eifert, you're not to be trusted. Let's move up Hawkinson a few spots. Vance McDonald, I want to move up right ahead of Gesicki. I trust him more, but Gesicki's going to get more targets on a sloppier team. So these two are really close right here. So it's really close between a lot of tight ends. It gets real messy. Witten has way higher floor than Eifert, so let's try to keep moving this guy up. Hawkinson, higher ceiling. Witten, higher floor. Let's actually put this right here. I do like Witten, man. Pencil him in every week. 8.2 fantasy points easily. OJ Howard, great matchup. Do we trust him again? I'm a dummy. I'm trusting him again. I'm doing it. Unfortunately, I dropped him in both leagues that I have him and not able to add him back. Maybe that's a good thing for me. I'm just sick and tired of Buccaneers tight ends. Can't take it anymore. Still, this matchup is so dang sweet that I'm ranking him this high. Tight end 1 this week. Let's see if it happens. It probably won't, but we'll see. Evan Ingram is out, so Rhett Ellison will get some run. and it's looking pretty good, but Delanie Walker's not expected to play. So actually, we do have a guy who's getting boosted big time. Jonnu Smith against the Chiefs. Love it. Delanie Walker's probably out. Let's move on. My favorites. My two favorites. What did one guy say? Like, you suck, but he's like, you suck, but your kickers are pretty accurate. I love that. It's so honest. Not saying he's right or wrong, but I love the honest feedback. I'll take it. I am pretty good with the kickers. For defenses, I like the Colts better than the Ravens. Ravens D is better. They're a better defense. But I feel like the Colts have a better matchup going against a banged up Dolphins team. No Preston Williams. They traded away Tunsil, as you know. They traded away Minkah Fitzpatrick, as you know. They traded away Kenny Stills, as you know. Mark Walton is suspended. They traded away Kenyon Drake. And just so I think I'm missing. There's so much going on. So they don't have any running backs, don't have any wide receivers. It's such a huge mess. That's why I'm starting the Colts over the Ravens, but it's basically a tie. If you want to fight me on this and say the Ravens are better this week, that's cool. I think both will absolutely ball out. Ravens probably has more upside, but I like the Colts more. I think they'll score more fantasy points for your team. A lot of messy things happen when the Dolphins take the field. And then, yeah, Ravens D is elite. I think they're a top 5 defense now. After this Marcus Peters trade, weird how things work out. And do we put the Saints number 3? Saints are such a good team. They will do some things, whether it be sacks or fumbles. They'll do something like that. I actually love the Rams defense with Jalen Ramsey. Let's put the Rams right here. Then the Saints. Yeah, I like the Saints a lot. Bills are really good. Niners are always legit. Let's put the Lions defense one spot ahead. I don't trust the Browns, so let's put them right here. And then it's just a huge mess. We don't trust the Giants D. Yeah, pretty big mess here. Cowboys D could be just as good as the Bears D this week. So it's super messy. Really, after the first two, it just gets messy. But then once we get to, like, after the top 10, it's super messy after that. And you can really rank it anyway, anyhow. Let's put the Chargers D a few spots up. Let's put them as high as 10. Let's work our way from the very bottom. That's sometimes helpful. So I'm actually going to put the Falcons as the worst. So going against the Saints in New Orleans, it's got to be the worst. Then the Bengals. Raiders could be even better than who's starting the Dolphins D, right? And yeah, this is looking about right here. Who knows? Raiders D, I don't feel like they're that bad. It's a division game. It's probably going to be a close game too. Just one that you can't really predict. These Thursday night games are all over the place. I don't think they're that bad though. I just can't really think of another defense to rank lower than the Raiders. They don't have any trust, that's for sure. And I trust the Vikings D a little more than the Jets. Let's put them there. Buccaneers defense. They might get some sacks. I really don't see these two defenses being much better than the Raiders. But yeah, it's pretty messy here. Let's move the Panthers D. They're pretty good. Not a great matchup in Green Bay, but let's move them up a couple spots. And let's put the Seahawks up a couple spots because this is going to be a shootout. My favorite kickers. Let's do it. Justin Tucker, hands down, #1 kicker. They'll have the lead. Justin Tucker's an elite kicker. He's got the leg. He's got the accuracy going against the Bengals. I love it. Will Lutz, same thing. They'll have a significant lead. They'll settle for field goals. They'll always be in the red zone. They'll dominate the Falcons on every facet of the game. And it's in a dome as well. I love Will Lutz. He could easily be the #1 kicker. You know, I'm actually going to rank him #1. Yeah, just because it's in a dome is going to just add that extra element to me where I'm going to trust Lutz so much. Yeah, I love Lutz this week. Yeah, Justin Tucker 2, Greg Zuerlein 3. Lots of upside for Zuerlein. Bucker's always legit. And then, yeah, I like Michael Badgley. He's been a little bit underrated this week. If you have a kicker like Robbie Gould or Jason Myers, this is like I have those in all my leagues. I'd drop them for Michael Badgley. Robbie Gould is questionable. They just added the Chargers' old kicker. I forget his name. What's his name? Is he here? Chase McLaughlin, who's not even here. Okay, no, I can't even add. Yeah, but they added Chase McLaughlin. If I had to guess, I'd say Robbie Gould's not going to play, but we'll see. That game is Monday night. So I'm just going to rank Gould much lower for now. Let's just rank him here. Don't think he'll play. And yeah, definitely Randy Bullock dead last. Jason Myers, let's put you here. And let's move Austin Siebert up a couple spots. Don't like Chris Boswell this week. Don't know why a lot of people love Chris Boswell. Doesn't make sense. I don't look at the matchup like in quote like matchup for how fantasy owners look at, like, just because a team allowed a lot of points to fantasy kickers doesn't mean next week they're gonna do it at all. Like, it doesn't signify anything. Every matchup is completely different. Like, how's the weather? Is it in a dome? Is this team gonna have a big lead? Like, I rarely look. It's good to look at that, but that factors in very little when I rank my kickers. Okay, let's put Carlson down a couple spots. Jason Myers down one spot. So yeah, right around here. Vinatieri, you're not to be trusted, dude. Let's put you a few spots lower. You're really just taking L's for the Colts, man. Like, if he was accurate this year, the Colts could have won 1 or 2 more games. It's pretty crazy. Hall of Fame kicker Vinatieri, always been so good. This year is just wildly inconsistent. And yeah, I like Zane Gonzalez more than Prater. I like Matt Gay quite a bit here. Yeah, Mason Crosby, Zane Gonzalez, Matt Gay. I'm moving Brett Maher down just a few spots right here. I'm going to move Matt Gay up one more spot. Have it like this. Yeah, that's how we have the kickers. Make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel. We also have a second YouTube channel a lot of people don't know about. It's called Fantasy Couch Podcast. I highly recommend you check it out. It has great live streams, awesome content, and it's more fantasy football. Make sure you guys like this video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you didn't. Good luck this week in Week 10. A must win for a lot of us, and I'll catch you on the next one.